Hey guys, and welcome back to another Fire Emblem video. Blah, 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 blah. So, instead of doing another character guide today, we're going to be going over another of the DLC packs today. Now, this one's going to be a little more controversial, and it's basically going to depend on whether you've played Fire Emblem 4 or 5, maybe 6, I don't really know. And the older Japan games that haven't been released in America, which I have not, except for 6. Yeah, 6. 6 is the only one I've played, which is Whoo no Tsurugi. The other ones, Genealogy of the Holy War and Thracia 776, I have not played, so my opinion on these will be a little biased. Knowing that, let's get right into the review thingy. The Lost Bloodlines pack. That's what this one's called. Now, I don't really know how misleading that title may or may not be, but glasses adjust. I also don't know if this pack is going to appeal to you or not. Now, as I said before, the Lost Bloodlines pack covers the characters from the series of Genealogy of the Holy War and Thracia 776. If you haven't played those games, I can tell you right now that it's not going to interest you very much. Now, on a character level, like, the characters you obtain are totally uninteresting to me. There's a character named Leif, there's a character named Selif, and one named Alm. A-L-M. I know he's like a main character or something, but I couldn't care less. And these characters are all completely uninteresting to me. I didn't recruit any of them for the most part, and to be perfectly honest, the whole thing, and all the other characters that you fight, which are usually like great nostalgia things, like getting to beat up on all your favorite members from the old games and seeing them have interesting quotes and stuff like that, that was great. And sometimes, some of your characters will even have like deep, in-depth conversations with certain people, but that doesn't really happen here. Oh, sorry, that does happen. I didn't really care about the conversations when they happened, though. I didn't care about the quotes. I didn't care about the characters. I didn't give a crap. So it was kind of boring, honestly. It was just like a normal chapter, except with a lot of units, and they all said stuff when you fought them, so it may take twice as long. It was like, God dang it, stop. Just shut up and let me kill you. Yeah, I know it's a little morbid, but it's honestly how I felt. I was just like, shut up so I can finish killing you now. Anyway, not to say they're bad, strictly speaking, but, like, and there's nothing wrong with this piece of DLC, but I haven't played any of those games, and I imagine most of you haven't either. And if you're like me, there is not a lot to go. There's not a lot going for in the characters development section. Now, on the gameplay side, it's actually pretty fun. Like, the map itself, that you play on for all 3 chapters, again. They do this in, like, half of the DLC things, and it really annoys me. But anyway, this map that you play on is actually a pretty cool map. It has, like, a big river flowing through it. There's a couple villages. They break up the action, and there's, like, 2 little castles. It's actually really cool, and the way they set it up is always fun. But still, and they're actually challenging whether or not you're actually way over leveled or not. It'll still be challenging because they have like armies of dudes. It's pretty cool. I give the gameplay a thumbs up. I mean, it's fun, but the characters themselves almost bog it down because you don't care where they are. I should mention though, that in some of them, for some reason, or all of them, I'm not sure, maybe just the last 2, the characters from like Shadow Dragon, or rather, I think they're technically ones from the original Heroes of Shadow and Light and whatever. But either way, it's from like Marth's game, and they're in there too for no reason whatsoever. And that does bring up the interest level of the characters quite a bit, actually. Like, you can have Tiki, if you recruited her, talk to her old self. She's like, old self, stop doing this. Why are you hurting me? She's like, oh, I have to help Marmar. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. Anyway, guys, so characters, meh. Gameplay, yes, good. So then the last thing we come to is extra reasons, and in this case, there's a big bunch of extra reasons, and oh my goodness. Okay, so unlike the last pack of DLC, which had like each map was designed for getting some kind of special like item or money or experience. This one this is another nostalgia pack because it's all about the old characters. Now, you do get a couple of really helpful items though, and those are the ones that I recommend buying the DLC for if you're going to. The second piece of DLC, Lost Bloodlines 2, when you beat it, whether or not you recruit Alm, the Hero King or whatever, you get his scroll. You get a Dread scroll, and that can turn any one of your male units into a Dread fighter. Dread fighters are awesome. They have their own unique combat animations. They have, like, one of them's like teleporting. It has a cool costume. They use axe, swords, and magic. Not dark, but still. It's awesome. Plus, their skills are sick. They have resistance plus 10, as well as Aggressor, which increases your attack by 10 on your turn. What? It's crazy. You combine that with Gale Force, which is only possible if it's a child unit, if the mother had Gale Force, but still. If you do that, you have a sick and completely insane unit, and I'm doing that right now with Inigo. It's really fun. Inigo Montoya, you killed my father. Prepare to die. So anyway, guys, on the third piece of DLC, there's a skill tome. Now, this skill tome is really good too. It's called Paragon, and as you may remember from the Tellius games, Paragon is a Periwinkle Paragon. It's a skill that you can equip that doubles all experience they gain. I thought Veteran was good, which gives you 1.5 times experience when paired with the unit, but twice the experience always is amazingly helpful. It's only good for training, so it's not really helpful in the long run, but there's no way you're going to not get some helpful usage out of this. Seriously, it's great, even if you don't need it. So, now, onto the pricing. The last thing we're going to talk about is the cost of these. Now, they're a little expensive on their own, but the pack is actually reasonably priced. Each of the Lost Bloodlines DLC maps individually costs $3. That's a bit high considering that we don't even want the characters in the first place. But the items that you get in the last two are so good that they make it worth it on their own. Now, unfortunately, they each cost $3, and the pack costs $6. Wonder what Nintendo was thinking. Oh, if we're gonna make them play two of them, might as well make them play all of them. Oh, well, it worked, because I bought the pack. Although, I was going to buy the pack either way, just so I could review it for you guys, but you get the idea. Overall, it's up to you whether you want both items or if you're content with just either the Dread Scroll or Paragon. But whatever you decide to do, I give this pack a meh. The characters weren't that interesting. The gameplay was fine, but with so much other content in the game, you don't really need a special map to be extra fun. Like, whatever. But the characters were meh. Gameplay was pretty good. And the items are great, but the items are great in all of them. So, overall, this map pack was pretty lackluster. I really didn't enjoy playing it myself. It was kind of a chore to go through it. And I know I'm going to have to go through it a couple more times just to get more Dread Scrolls to turn my dudes into that awesome class. So, at the end of the day, it's just kind of a chore that you have to work through. I didn't enjoy it that much. So, I guess at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I would just recommend buying the second one to get the Dread Fighter Scrolls. But if you really need the Paragon skill, go for it. It makes grinding in the exponential growth chapter even stupider. Like, you can, even once that you've changed their class like 4 times, you can still get 100 experience with Paragon. It's really just disgusting. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Keep watching the channel for more updates on Fire Emblem DLC. And furthermore, a character guide should be coming real soon. I'm thinking of doing another Dark Mage. If you can figure out who that is, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but yeah, anyway. See you guys next time.